Hey Gators, it's Mr. Miller. Just wanted to say hi. This is our first of two video installments this week. Today we're going to be talking about a couple things. We're going to be talking about online expectations in terms of office hours for students. We're also going to be talking about how we're going to be grading, at least our initial thoughts about that. And we're also going to be talking about habits and getting into good habits as we move into third trimester starting on the 20th, which is next Monday. We wanted to make sure that you got our informational document that was sent out last week. We sent it to students via Schoology. It's also on our website, and we sent it to parents via School Messenger. This is a frequently asked questions document that gives you information about our best thinking about how we're proceeding throughout the year. It talks about the schedule for office hours. It also talks about different aspects that we've gotten questions from students and parents about over the last couple of weeks. We also want to take some time to talk about good habits. We want you to start getting into good habits as we get into this next couple weeks, including checking Schoology daily, popping into office hours for teachers when they have them, and also having good habits like making sure you're being healthy, making sure you're getting exercise, and also making sure that you are doing all the things of being a great student, having good habits. Get up at a good time, get good sleep, all those things. So we're going to be talking about those the rest of the week, and you'll see a video from us later in the week, but here's some more information.
Good afternoon, Islander families. It's so nice to reconnect with you. I hope that spring break brought some sun and some time to rest and rejuvenate throughout this really challenging time. It is nice to be back at school ish remotely and have things back up and running this week. We look forward to our third trimester kicking off next week, Monday the 20th, and at that point everything becomes mandatory for our kids and grading will kick in. We want to talk a little bit specifically about grading. We have not made any decisions at this moment about what a final grade will look like. However, we are leaning towards a pass, no credit, final summative grade at the end of trimester 3. We will continue to have conversations around this week and hope to give you more information either at the end of this week or early into next week. We do want you to know that we are really trying to emphasize learning with our students. We want our kids to really be thinking about what is the goal that they're being asked to meet. What are the activities they're engaging in along the way to reach that goal, and how are they growing in their learning progression? At this point, what we're thinking is that the feedback loop that kids will see will be traditional to what their class was doing before. So if they were engaged in a percentage grade mark, then the feedback potentially will look like that. If they were engaged in standards-based grading, the feedback for the scores and the activities potentially will look like a 4, 3, 2, 1. Although the culmination of the grade most likely will look like a pass or a no credit. We understand that this can be frustrating, that you don't have an exact answer that you're looking for, and we appreciate that you are giving us some grace and some time as we work to figure out what a solution is that makes the most sense for our kids and our school in this strange time. We do want to reassure you that our 5 courses that are high school courses will align themselves specifically with whatever decision the high school makes. So the high school also has not finalized a decision, but as they go forward with whatever they decide, our 5 high school courses will coincide with what those look like. So again, thank you so much for partnering with us, for being patient with us, for being flexible with us, and for working with us. And we look forward to our continued relationship growing and your kids learning and engaging and having a fabulous, different, and unusual experience this third trimester. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Good morning, IMS families. Mr. Lucas here. Really missing you this week. Hope you had a nice week last week and a really beautiful weekend. And I hope that you've enjoyed as the weather has ramped up. We're supposed to get a 70-degree day this week. I think that's amazing. Springtime is upon us. Speaking of ramping up, we are moving towards our more required learning opportunities starting on the 20th. So things are going to be required starting on the 20th. So we want you to use this week to ramp up, just like the weather, and start making sure that you are accessing all the online learning materials and opportunities. I want to speak specifically about office hours. So office hours, the intention of those is for you to have an opportunity to ask questions of teachers and to maybe follow up on things that you didn't understand from the learning opportunity that week. They're also an opportunity for a social emotional connection with you and your classmates and your teacher. I can tell you very honestly that your teachers miss you. They want to see you, they want to hear how you're doing, and the office hour is a great opportunity to do that. So, moving forward, what we would like you to do is get in the habit of checking in at each office hour right at the beginning. So, logging in at that scheduled time, you'll note that next week, starting on the 20th, office hours have scheduled times throughout the week. If you have questions about that, feel free to ask any of your teachers or one of the IMS administrators. So again, students, we want you to log in to each office hour, check in with the teacher, say hello. They may have an engagement activity for you to participate in, and then they're going to let you know what's happening that office hour. And maybe they're going to be answering questions about something that you don't need help with. Feel free to log off of the office hour at that point. You don't need to stay the whole time. That is not the expectation. But we hope that, and we want you to check into each office hour, say hello to the teacher, let them see you, and find out what they're doing that day. Again, if you have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to any of the IMS admin or your teachers. They're going to be a great resource for you. Thank you so much for listening to our communication today. We hope you find these videos helpful, and we hope you have a great rest of your week. One final note, you've heard us all talk about the 20th as the start, kind of the ramp up of required learning. There are 5 classes at IMS that do receive high school credit. So algebra, geometry, and world language. If you are in one of those classes that's receiving high school credit, particularly I think 8th grade Spanish, uh, those start this week in conjunction with the high school. So there are required activities that you need to be doing this week for those 5 classes. Otherwise, all the new learning is required starting Monday the 20th. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you again soon with another IMS update.